үзэгчтэй хүний эрхийн дуу хоолой iOS цэгмийн сайт за тэд бидний тухай гэсэн нэгэн шинэ контентоор та бүхэнтэйгээ уулзж байна. За бид энэхүү шинэ контентоо Монгол амьдарч байгаа гадаадуудыг урьж оролцуул заяан Монгол амьдрах амьдрал хэр болоо заяар нь монголчуудын тухай тэдэнтэй ярилцлаа. За бид энэ удаагийнхаа энэхүү контентынхаа бас анхны дугаартаа Филиппинээс Монголд ирээд жил орчим болж байгаа нэгэн хүнийг онцол. First of all, why did you decide to come to Mongolia?
The decision to come here to Mongolia was because of several reasons. Firstly, Mongolia has an increasing demand of English language teachers due to its increasing international interactions and trade relationships, especially with other countries. And because of that, that gave me the idea of, why not share and contribute my skills and expertise here in Mongolia as well. And also, I have this friend of mine, a college classmate actually, who invited me to apply here in Mongolia. And so I grabbed the opportunity, I processed my documents, and then I was accepted to teach here in Mongolia. So I have my working visa right now. I'm teaching at German school. I'm also attracted with Mongolia's rich cultural traditions. And also the natural landscapes, the breathtaking, landscapes. I love to immerse myself with a different kind of environment that is new to me also. And additionally, I also want to experience a new kind of thing. In the Philippines, it's a tropical country. In Mongolia, it's a different case.
Thank you for choosing our country. So I understand that you have been living in Mongolia for almost 1 year. And how is living in Ulaanbaatar and how was it different than your country?
Yeah, living in UB can be a very unique and interesting experience. Say that the climate in Mongolia can be sometimes extreme, especially during the winter months. Yes, the temperatures can drop significantly, and the city experiences a cold and long winter with plenty of snow. So as someone from a tropical country like the Philippines, you may find this winter weather quite challenging, but it offers or it also presents an opportunity to experience a different side of life. And I notice also that the Mongolian people are very welcoming and friendly, especially to foreigners. So when I do not know how to interact with them, like what's the price or how much is this, what is this, I would sometimes just do some sign languages. Sometimes I use the Google Translate in Google to interact with them. So it's kind of difficult, but I kind of also like that kind of situation so we can interact wholeheartedly as well, despite the language barrier. And also, it's actually very accessible here in Ulaanbaatar. I mean, the transportation from my residence to my work, and from my work to my residence. Sometimes I also walk.
During the 1 year, how many places have you ever visited in Mongolia? And have you ever been to local countries or the countryside?
But here in UB, within the city, I was able to visit a lot of places already. Like, for example, the Genghis Khan National Museum. Because I attended again the Mongolian Economic Forum 2 weeks ago. Is it 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago? I was able to visit this beautiful museum. It provided me a valuable insight about Mongolia's rich culture and heritage. Also, I was able to visit the Bogd Han Palace Museum. First, it was new to me because we don't have these temples and monasteries in the Philippines. Philippines is a predominantly Catholic country. That is why ours is more on churches sort. But in Mongolia, you can find monasteries, temples within the city. So that is for me very interesting also. I also visited explored the natural beauty of Bogd Mountain and the panoramic views from Zaisan Hill. I don't know if I pronounced the names correctly, Bogd and Zaisan. I was able to taste a lot of local cuisines already. The booze, hoshore. I don't know, please forgive me if I cannot pronounce the names correctly, but booze, hoshore, and also piroshki. And the dumplings, of course. But I'm planning to go to the countryside maybe this coming December when I have the chance. I believe that it's not that populated there, maybe. That's just my impression. Maybe it's not that populated there, and I love silence. I love a peaceful community.
Wait, have you ever seen the Nadam Festival?
Outside. I saw a lot of people, a lot of foreigners like me also wearing their dale, which was actually very impressive for me. Notice that Mongolian Nadam Festival is more of a sports festival. There's a combination of horse racing, archery, and wrestling. You know, even though I was outside the National Sports Stadium, I can hear a lot of people cheering. I can hear a lot of people shouting with joy, for joy, and all of these things. So that kind of also excites me. So maybe next time, I should secure a ticket for myself.
Okay. What are the best and the worst things about Mongolia?
So Mongolia is pretty much an interesting country. I love to go around the city. For me, it's safe. Even at night when I walk alone, for me, it's safe. But with the worst part, I will not call it as something that is worst because we cannot control that as well. Like, for example, the weather. Really, the first time I experienced winter here in Mongolia was I almost passed out. I even had an accident because the road was very slippery. It was already ice, so the weather can be not a worst part, but a disadvantage in my case, belonging or being from a tropical country like the Philippines. And the second one is also the language barrier. So it's a bit difficult, but I was able to survive despite these difficulties that I experienced.
Now are you studying Mongolian language?
I am interested to learn the Mongolian language so I can also interact and relate with people. And I think every foreigner should do an effort to really learn the language of the locals.
What did you do in the Philippines? Could you detail information about you?
Yeah, I haven't changed my profession really. Since I was in the Philippines, I have been a teacher, but I've been teaching variety of disciplines like religious studies, values education, philosophy, and also English language. So for 8 years, I was teaching in the Philippines.
We are absolutely glad to sharing your experience. And lastly, do you want to say something to Mongolian people?
Despite the difficulties in life, just continue to move forward, push forward, soar high, and reach for your dreams. Life is indeed difficult, and not only in Mongolia, but even in the Philippines. When it comes to learning the language, just keep on trying. A lot of Mongolians are already experts in English, I would say. Yeah, in fact, my students, almost all of them are experts in the English language already, with some American accents and British accents. So that kind of also impressed me as a foreigner here in Mongolia. So also continue to love your culture, your heritage, your breathtaking landscapes, protect.
Бидний тухайн шинэ контентынхаа шинэ дугаард Филиппинээс ирсэн англи хэлний багш Клентийг онцлоо хамтаа байсан та бүхэнд баярлалаа.